I've seen a few roles recently where the candidate was asked to put forward a number of written presentations in order to secure the position. So in one case, our candidate was asked to prepare a business case for her appointment, and this involved, sort of completing quite a complex PowerPoint deck to present the arguments for her appointment and what she would bring to the table, her unique value proposition, and her strategy in terms of how she would execute in the role in the first 100 days and what the priorities for the role would be. Increasingly, we're seeing at the more senior levels of the market that employers have a very wide range of choice, and they are really putting candidates through the hoops to really demonstrate that they have what it takes. And we're increasingly seeing this trend towards written presentations, which then translate into giving some sort of formal presentation to a recruitment panel, because there's nowhere really to hide. A lot of people can get themselves to a certain level of skill with question and answer type formats, but when you've actually had to demonstrate your thought process, actually put together a business strategy or a business plan, having to put these things into writing, into a PowerPoint, which should probably be what this candidate in this instance would be doing with their clients, it's a very good way to see how that person operates from beginning to end. And you do have to approach it a little bit of the mindset of how you would approach, your normal job on a day-to-day basis. How would you do that presentation? Because what the presentation isn't all about the content, although the content's obviously important. It's really about your thought process, your methodology, how you go about presenting an argument, how you influence with your communication style. And so people will often say they're great presenters and they're great communicators and they're excellent business leaders, but trying to get the proof, if you like, the proof of life, the proof is in the pudding, is not as straightforward. And I think employers are catching on to this, and increasingly they're using role plays, they're using case studies, they're asking for presentations, how would you approach the first 100 days, etc., etc. Now, you shouldn't go that process alone. You should definitely cross-check with a trusted colleague or a mentor, get their advice, does the presentation land, and you would certainly want to practice that presentation a number of times. I remember in my consulting days, and when we would tender for large pieces of work, the philosophy was 90% of the success of the presentation came down to the quality, the look and the feel of the presentation, the ease of being able to gather the information or ascertain the key points. And so the physical presentation is very important. And you might not be the guru on PowerPoint slides, for example, which generally speaking I hate, but if you have to use them, you've got to do them extremely well and really use the full capability. Now, that might mean you engage a contractor to assist you. You go onto a Fiverr platform or an Upwork platform and you get someone to professionally polish the look and the feel of the presentation so that the slides look great and they build appropriately and so on. There's a lot, obviously, you can do with that. And you don't want to be wasting a lot of time fiddling around with the look and the feel of a B-grade PowerPoint presentation when you could get a professional to help you for $25 or $50. It makes no sense. But be prepared for this. It's definitely a common theme. It's how most recruitment processes at a senior level are going. Remember, employers are slow to hire, quick to fire, and they like to see people demonstrating their leadership, communication, strategic thinking in practice, and these are practical ways that they can leverage that ability to assess your candidacy for the role.